so we can
I can get on.
see the comments and you just cut the volume down.
It's already now.
Hi, we're sorry that we late. There was a whole lot of going on trying to get on this live. I'm like, they really need to simplify these.
Y'all tune in, tap in. It's not tune in, it's tap in.
There's another person in here. One of the things in here is, can you comment and let us know you in here? Somebody keep coming in and out.
I was about to say, yeah, the one is me. Did you see me
It
went to
was
2?
two, yeah.
Okay. We'll wait and see. Oh, shit, 4.
Hey,
What's
can y'all
good?
comment?
Y'all comment, say, hey, what's up? Talk to us.
So we can get started. We can get started at the 3-minute mark.
Make sure.
Oh, let me move over. I can move the camera too. And then I can also... Sorry, y'all. Keisha Jones. Hey.
Hey, how you doing, Keisha?
Um,
I'm pretty sure you are a new person because I don't know if we've ever talked to you before, but if you are, comment where you from, how'd you find us, and why did you start following us? Everybody else that's in here, y'all say what's up.
and then is everybody familiar with what our topic is for tonight?
If not, we can go over it. We can make
Yeah, because we had a cute little thing in the premiere that was acting so
What's up?
ghetto.
Been watching y'all for a minute. Coming live from Memphis, Tennessee. All right, Memphis in the house.
No.
Although y'all just had some tragedy strike
Yeah,
up there
with
with
Young
Young Dolph, huh? I ain't gonna lie,
shit
that was
was
pretty
fucked up,
sad. That was
yeah.
pretty sad. I fucks with Young Dolph.
If y'all see me looking down, it's because we also got the computer here so we can actually see comments. So
I looked for real black families who moved to South Colorado and needed some real shit.
well, you came to the right place.
Welcome. Yes, the city is reeling from Dolph's death. Yeah, I figured. There's 3 more people in here. Y'all say what's up. Y'all know the rules.
Keisha, do you know what the subject is today? We need one more. What? Are we at 3 minutes yet?
Yeah, we've been at 3 minutes.
Oh, why didn't you tell me?
I thought our rule was 10 minutes. Yes, submission. Okay. Cool.
So you ready to get started, baby?
Yep. So, as highly requested, y'all wanted the CoCo and Trey After Dark. Y'all wanted to get into some juicy subjects. So, here we are. We delivering. Y'all want it? Hot and ready. We got it.
So we got like a couple of things that we gonna break down as far as what we think about submission. So real quick before we get started, I just want to say this is our perception on submission. Don't come in here with that smoke. You can disagree with me, but don't be disrespectful, because some of these fucking trolls lately been real disrespectful, and I be like, I'm from the hood in real life, baby. Don't do that.
Yeah. Y'all know what's up.
So, Keisha said people hate that word, but it doesn't mean what they think.
It does not. But you're right.
Well,
that's
it
why
means
we
different
decided.
things for different people, I feel like.
And that's why we decided to go ahead and do the video. And this is why our first one, because everybody gets all up in arms about submission.
I'm having such a hard time not looking down at this thing. Like, I'm on the struggle bus.
Yeah. So, as more people come in, how y'all doing?
Please comment down below.
Please comment. Y'all say, hey, we are getting on our topic of submission. Gonna get comfortable. We do not have our weed or anything that we supposed to
We
have.
don't smoke weed.
We don't have our
Our wine.
wine. We don't have our wine. We do have some in there, but we just don't have it. But
Okay,
anyways,
quick disclaimer. I'm looking down because I'm keeping up with the comments. I'm on comments duty today, so just don't be
if
upset.
you want me to, I can do my phone.
No, I can see it.
So you can.
Settles in with my bottle of wine. Yes. Who else is in here? It's 6 people in here.
Yeah, I want y'all to
One
say,
person
y'all say
talking.
hello. It's like I want to start the video, but it's so many, it's y'all in here. Unless y'all watching on y'all TV. Because a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
But if you not, y'all say what's up. Say what's up. Jesus.
Okay, baby. What's the first sub point that we're going to cover?
So we just gonna define submission. Our ideal of submission.
Well, first of all, let me say, like, contrary to like what a lot of people say, I don't really believe in one-sided submission. I believe, for me, submission is a mutual respect. I feel like a woman should be willing to submit to her husband or man, just like a man should be willing to submit in some ways too.
Yeah.
And I think really what irritates me about not the word submission, but the ideal that of what submission has become, because so many different things in the pot when it comes to like so many other outside sources that shape people's minds have really shaped their definition of submission. And it's like, really, honestly, I'm just gonna keep it 100% with y'all. I feel that submission is rooted in misogyny based off the premises of religion. Because before the ideal of religion, men didn't really look to women for submission. They looked for women to be their equal. Like when you think about before, even like, just like all the way back when you go back, I mean, like women had just as equal as a place. Hey, Brittany, women had just equal as a place than as men did, but in a different way. And I think like the whole ideal of like a woman has to give up all quote unquote power. That's the only word I can think of. It's just like, what is it in you that needs to be validated by your woman being powerless? Like, wow. And I think that's the thing that a lot of people don't want to hear. It's like, why do you need that validation, that authority over a woman to feel like, that's always been my problem with the ideal of submission as we know it today.
Yeah, I think that I can agree with a lot of what you said. I think that when it's rooted in religion, or when it's rooted in I guess the stereotype, like then it's, I'm trying to figure out like how to word it. When it's rooted in religion, it's bad. When it's from religion, I feel like it's a lot of misogyny in it. I feel so, because I just feel like they, and I've done the Christian thing. I've been the devout, and I still kind of am not just, super in tune with religion, organized religion. I am spiritual. I mean, but I feel like it's always a turn, no matter what you do with quote unquote religion. Like there's always some type of, I feel like, backdoor, which is crazy, because people that know religion know the Bible, and they want to throw the Bible and they want to throw all of this stuff. But when you question that back door, then it's like, oh no, we right here. But it's like, but you, if it benefit you, then it's good.
Saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like submission, I can agree. I feel like it's on both parts, because I feel like men will go around, and I'm not talking about all men, but I'm talking about me and just personally the men I've seen. I feel like men will go around and say, oh, I want this woman to submit and do all these things, but they not understanding that, and they upset because they woman won't do that. But I'm like, you gotta be worthy enough to be able for her to submit unto you. See, that's the thing. We as men, I'm talking to my brothers, we just stop at, you supposed to do this because that's what we supposed to do, and you supposed to do that because the Bible said that. But we don't never turn that camera around and see what's in me that she's not seeing, because we just thinking, oh, she hard-headed or whatever the case may be. And it's like, that's not always the truth. It's just maybe she don't feel comfortable as you leading as a man. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that because, I have a two-sided thing when it comes to what you just said. The first thing is I feel heavily like a lot of these men nowadays is like, if hypothetically you're going to ask for a submissive woman and you want a woman to be submissive, motherfucker, I wish you would come and ask me for submission when you don't really have nothing to bring to the table. Women nowadays, they can fend for themselves. So their ideal of women submitting for some type of stability is fucking dead. Like, especially, I hate to say this, and I'm not picking on my community, but especially in our community for several reasons, because we, I feel like America has done a lot of damage with misogyny in our communities, and because of mass incarceration, a lot of us have grown up without our fathers, and so we really haven't seen those stern figures that we used to see back in the day, where grandma and grandpa. But then it's like, even when you go to that side, for me, it's always like, I've never seen a submissive woman be in a relationship with a man that did not want control. Yeah. Like, every good, balanced relationship that I've ever seen, it has always been the woman is submitting in return for something. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying, like, when I say in return for something, like, it's a mutual respect. Like, you can't just be like, you do what the fuck I say. This is a grown-ass woman. And when it comes to religion, like, don't tell me to do shit just because the Bible says. I really don't want to hear that shit, because most of the men who say that kind of stuff is like, you ain't even doing the shit because the Bible said. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's just like, don't be flipping burgers at Burger King talking about submit to you, and you got 3 fucking baby mamas,
and it's a bunch of shit.
It's a bunch of shit. It's
you gotta be honest with yourself. You gotta be
honest with yourself.
We gotta bring that to ourselves.
But on the flip side of that, it's still like that other coin of like, why do you want to feel superior to your wife? That's my thing, and no man has ever been able to answer that for me. What is the mental connection to the superiority of a woman? Nobody has been able to answer that for me.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest. I that's a very good question, because I've always looked at submission as a two-way street. So when I've always seen that, and when men got frustrated with that, I've always brought it from that perspective. And I never even once thought like, why do you want the validation? So that's a really good question. But like I said, I've always seen submission, even when I was growing up in the church and things like that. Like, yes, I knew, like, the word says, the man is the head of the household and stuff. But there's specific, like, stuff after that. Like I said, the men in religious will stop at, I'm the head of the household, but it's like the woman's the neck. And you know what I'm saying? There's all these other components to just that we missing. So it's like, I know we the head of the household, but when it comes times to bring somebody, when it comes time to talk to somebody about saying, okay, but what about the woman being the neck? Then all of a sudden it's like, no, because I'm the head of the household. But it's like, okay. And I had this conversation with somebody like this. Like, it says that this is what this is. We view this, the man is here, the woman is there, right? And I'm not even saying hierarchy, who's top or who's bottom. I'm just saying, this is what the word says.
But that's what religion is about when it comes to women.
Yeah.
I have not yet to find a religion that wasn't, not a mainstream religion that wasn't about the hierarchy of men being above women.
Right.
And then specifically speaking about my experience in Christianity, it is all about women being, because it supports white supremacy.
It does.
And what happened, in my opinion, is it went from, okay, listen, we don't necessarily want our women looking up to these white men, but on the other hand, we also don't want them to feel above or equal to us.
Yeah.
So now we have the evidence of misogyny that's been pushed on our community. But the other side to that is, if we want to get down to the get down, when the Council of Nasir, I think it's called the Council of Nasir, I'm not sure. I'll have to put it in the comment box for y'all. But when the groundwork was laid for the Christianity that we know today, was laid, it was nothing but a bunch of white men. Now, it was no women, and it was no black representation either. So with that being said, that shit is totally invalid to me in a black community.
Yeah.
Because we weren't even represented when it comes, as a people. Women nor black people, so even black men. Yeah, so all of these, we don't even fit into this box, because everything that came from that is the conditioning that happens in our mind. And I feel like submission is part of that. Like Keisha was talking about, I submit to my husband on some things he says to me. And I feel like that's the truth, because I'm going to be honest. Probably from the way I'm talking, y'all probably like, oh my God, she's like not submissive at all. I'm going to be 100% honest with y'all. Me and my husband, we partner on pretty much everything. But I could 100% disagree. But if he tell me as a man in this house, I feel like this is the best thing to do for our family. I will fall back.
Yeah.
If he crash and burn, I'm still gonna be there to help him get that shit back together. But I'm still gonna respect his word because I do respect him as a man, and I understand that that validation is a part of a heterosexual relationship. But let's not be mistaken about it. Like it's still. It can get aggressive.
Yeah, but I mean, but also too, it's like we've always been like here as a team too. So even if there was a decision that was supposed to be made, let's just say a big decision, there's still a process that I go through as a man, even knowing like my position, like yo, we're gonna do this because we gotta do A, B, and C. Like even knowing as a man, it's like I still go and consult my wife. You know what I mean? Like it's not just I'm the head of the house, I go do this. So I go and like sit with her, we run the things together. I tell her what I feel. So it's more of it's still teamwork, I feel like. I come to the decision, it's a partnership. I come to the decision, but there's never been any like rash things, and I think that's what I feel like people are missing when they talk about submission. I feel like people feel like you have to be this person. Oh, I have to submit because my husband said A, B, and C, and it's like we're both submitting unto each other. We both giving pieces of each other to make one whole because we're one flesh. You know what I'm saying? So.
I'm sorry to cut you off, babe, but these two people made a very good point. The first point is from Brittany Nash. She said, I think when people hear submission, they think very literally.
Yes,
like they don't understand what submitting means in a relationship. Also, religion equals control. Yes,
definitely.
That's my part. That's my biggest issue because especially what we've grown to know as submission, it's a religious ideal, and I'm not okay with that. And then Keisha says, with big decisions for us, whoever has the best ideal is the one we rock with, whether it's me or him. Yeah. I agree. And also for us, it's whoever has the better expertise in that area.
But yeah. But you're right. That's what I was making the point of, Brittany. Like, I think people think literally, like a submission hold where it's like I gotta just be down and put down, and my husband is here, and I gotta be here, and then it's like because religion does make it that way, and anybody that's been religious or not or just in it. You can understand, but it's always a partnership. I feel like it's always a partnership. Also, too, submission is not what our submission looks like. It's not what everybody else's submission look like. I think that's the beauty of it too, because we can sit and have a conversation, take some things, you know what I'm saying, kind of do whatever, and it's whatever works best. I've always been an advocate of that. Listen, everybody's marriage is not the same. What works for this household don't work for this household. Yeah. Like when it comes to anything, and the next point was like gender roles with it. Even with something like that, is like whatever that couple has going on, or that marriage, that like that's their thing. That's their ecosystem that they have to create because it's their household. So I can't come and be like, oh, yo, this is what I do in my house. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, you know what I'm saying? This is what you're supposed to do and all of that. And it's like...
That's the other problem I have with religion. Everybody can't do the same thing.
Yeah,
You laying out a map for all of these different people. And it's like everybody can't do the same thing and be successful. But I do think I agree with you. Like, gender roles has a lot to do with the thought process around submission.
About submission, right.
And I think, like, that's how... you get a lot of people that are like, oh, well, the man has to be the provider, and the man has to do this, and the woman has to be a housewife.
Yes.
Not every man and not every woman is like that. So that's a whole nother thing.
Too. Yeah.
It's like, I mean, and then too, it's like, I find something very weird about somebody wanting total control over another person.
Yeah.
You have internal issues, period. Like, I don't fucking have time to be stroking your ego.
At the end of the day, it's like we supposed to be one. That's what the word says. If we going off of that, or even if we not going off of that, because maybe not everybody on here is super religious, but at the end of the day, when two people come together, there's an idea that we gonna do this together. Whether y'all are actually like textbook married, or common law married, or you just being in a relationship. It take two to tango. It's teamwork, and we've all acknowledged at least that part. We can say without marriage and all that, but I'm like, if we've acknowledged that we've coming together, then we understand that that's what that takes. And I feel like because of the twisting of the word and the back doors and the loopholes, is let all the distractions creep in, and that's what's taking over from the actual what the text is actually saying.
And I feel like this too. Okay, when it comes to life with Lala say, yeah, it can turn to fatal attraction.
Yes.
Exactly. Because I think, here's the thing for me. Like, I think submission, when you deal with submission, you really have to, I've seen it happen. You really have to kind of like do that work in the mirror, because this be the kicker shit for me. Okay, when it comes to like what men and we'll say for religion define as who should be submitted to. The background on that is the man should be submitted to because he should be the provider, he should be the head of the house, he should be the leader, A, B, and C. But I've seen undoubtedly in a lot of relationships, especially relationships like ours where, you get married young and where the man is not able to really do all of those things at that time because they're not mentally there, maybe they got married to it, whatever, right? And I've seen it in some older relationships. So if the woman is doing all of these things, why is the man not equally as willing to submit? That's when I start thinking, this shit is about control. We not here to measure dick. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because when a woman is doing that, then a man has a problem with the word submission then. Like, and women don't even really bring it up like that, but it's if she meeting all the qualifications that you say, check the boxes for the person that's supposed to be submitted to.
Because we all come in with those boxes, don't we?
Right. Since she checking all the boxes, what's the problem now?
Yeah.
That's that control and that validation as a man. Like, I don't have time for that shit. Stop it. You made a valid point earlier. Whoever has the expertise in the area is the one that should be submitted to. Correct. Okay, so there's a second level of submission that a lot of people don't talk about, and that is submission in the bedroom. And a whole bunch of people I have literally met people that feel like if a wife don't feel like having sex today, because that's her duty to do that she should still do it. But when men don't feel like having sex, they roll over and go to sleep and don't think twice about it.
Yeah. It's that double standard. I feel like it's that 50-50. You got to come. That's with anything. You got to make sure. And I'm not saying like there's not people that's just not out there willing to work with you. But what I'm saying is you cannot. If somebody giving 100%, like you'll know when somebody's bringing that to the table as 100%. You can't come with zero, fam, and then be mad. You know what I'm saying? If somebody check you on it, because at the end of the day, it's like you came in with these certain boxes, I came in with these certain boxes, and I think that's where it gets skewed because we're not honest about them boxes. Okay,
that's fucking facts.
That's the truth.
And then it ends up in the conversation of submission.
Right.
No, we was never right for each other because we can't fucking compromise.
But we didn't go back. You know what I'm saying? We skipped some steps. So I feel like we not honest about the boxes when we come in.
This is a fucking fact.
Yeah.
Because if you have a valid foundation, this conversation will never even happen.
Yeah.
We've never had the conversation about submission.
Never.
It's always been like this unspoken thing of like, we're going to work together. So like, I feel like this conversation will never happen if you don't come into a relationship that's not on a solid foundation.
Yeah. So
because you should know from the beginning. Listen, these my non-negotiables.
And you should be honest. So that's another thing. Be honest about the boxes, but be honest about what you want out of the boxes too. Don't sugarcoat that, especially if it's in the beginning stages. It's like, say what you want, voice what you want, so that way when we get to something maybe like this, there is more of a follow-up instead of or like a touch-up or like a fine-tune than an actual conversation. I feel like I said, we skipped some steps and we'll jump to, you supposed to be submitted. But we hold on, player, back up. I'm submitting to what? What do you want? What is your idea of submission? Like we talking about now, what do you want out of submission? Like we missing the point of it. So I feel like people get this idea in their head, right? And they run with it. They feel like that's what it is on both sides. But it's equal. You know, like I said to my original point, you got to come to the table with what's
But
bringing.
I feel like too, it's those conversations when you're dating and people
Yes,
not
that's
having
what I mean when I
because
say that they missing
they
steps.
skipping. You right, they skipping steps because on the first date, you know, we got all of this female liberation, and I don't got nothing against it, but this is just a real thing. If you go home and fuck somebody on the first night, what have you learned about them before you created a soul tie with them? And this ain't even on the religious shit. This is on some spiritual. Stop connecting yourself to somebody that you don't know shit about what they want out of life, what they want out of relationships, so on and so forth. So on that first date, when y'all supposed to be kicking and getting to know each other, and y'all ended up in the bed, and now you like, he this, that, and the third in the bed, or she this, that, and the third in the bed. Y'all skipped all those conversations about when the man would have told you or the woman would have told you that I want a woman that's gonna stay at home and take care of the kids, or the woman would have told you I want a man that's gonna be a full provider or whatever, or the woman would have told you that I'm not the stay at home type, or maybe I don't even want kids. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
And you
All those conversations that lead you to the thought process of submission, because
And you pushing it.
exactly,
Yeah.
because what a lot of people don't understand is the conversations around submission happen when problems arise.
Yes.
And those problems arise
Yes.
when you don't know what the fuck you're getting into.
Yeah.
So you over here talking about how he laid this meat on you for the past however year until y'all got
Or how
married.
she put the wop
or
on
how she
you.
put the wop on you
Right.
up until this point. And now you in this relationship and you starting to realize this motherfucker's ideal of marriage ain't really what I even thought or ever wanted.
Yeah.
Now you gotta try to pick up the pieces because we said vows and now we trying to figure out how we can make this work, because y'all never got to the point where y'all figured out if y'all could even compromise.
Basically.
So like people are like, submission is such a bad word. Submission ain't necessarily a bad word. It's the conditioning around the word submission.
Yeah, for sure. I think so too. So they just lust after each other. They don't actually even like each other as people. Yes. And then the comment before was people do not like to talk to each other at all. No,
It's
they
social
don't.
media though.
It's the new age of technology. I mean, all the social media that we can just basically swipe left or swipe right and pretty much get what we want when we want it and have the most minimal conversation ever and still get the end result. It's
People
like
be leading with sex.
it's
They
like
really do.
cheating. You know what I'm saying? Almost like the game is there is no more like, you know what I'm saying, actually chasing after somebody
Or courting like
and court,
yeah.
right? There is no more courting or actual, you know what I mean, just like wooing a woman that you like or wooing a man that you like. It's all slide in my DMs and swipe left and right and Snapchat me that, you know what I'm saying? It's all this crazy stuff, and that's why, you know what I'm saying. So more of that generation is coming out because that's the ones that's up under us, right? That's more of that generation coming out because obviously we're getting older. I feel like the millennials
There's grown motherfuckers in our generation
it
that
is
don't know how to
that
date.
don't know how to
Yeah.
date. Yeah, so it's a mix of both. But I'm like, yeah, that's the problem, Brittany, is because social media has made it like literally I
You
can
could be whoever you
whatever
want
you
on
want to
social
do.
media.
You can
Yeah.
do and be whoever you want to be, and that's the problem. But that's not stopping people from getting married and having those conversations and getting into it over something that is like, you know, if we would have just started regular and actually had a date and had a conversation and I didn't meet you off in dating app and A, B, and C, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not knocking dating apps, but I'm just saying, like, if I didn't, you know, put the work in on the dating app or whatever, right? If I'm just on there, whatever, doing what the dating app, I'm doing the minimum, basically. It's like, if we would have skipped all that, we would have got here. Like you said, if we wouldn't have lusted after each other the first night or whatever, then I could have told you, like, listen, fam, like, you know what I'm saying? You don't even know my middle name. You don't know what type of food I like. You don't know, you know what I'm saying? I don't know nothing about her. She don't know nothing about me. We ain't got nothing going on but this one thing in
People
common.
still in that place where they go off of that infatuation feeling. I also feel like people these days don't desire unions, just hookups.
They definitely do.
I disagree with that.
I don't know. I feel like people desire hookups because I can agree with that because of social media.
I disagree with that.
I feel like people feel like I don't have to be attached to anybody and I can have 3 and 4 different social medias, and whenever I feel like it to go out there and mingle, I can, but then I can also pull myself back. At least I feel like that. I mean, you know, I'd love to hear your opinion.
I feel like people do desire unions. Like, I think that people really negate the fact that the desire for sex is a desire for union. Like, no matter how you put it, like people like, oh, I'm just chasing that. This is vulgar. I'm sorry, but they're like, oh, this person just want to do all this or whatever. But like the whole way that our mind works is like, if you wanted to just get off or whatever, you could do that at home by yourself. But the way that our mind works, like humans desire human interaction. That's the whole like thought process behind a lot of the punishment that we do in America, like when they throw niggas in a hole in the jail cell. Like, so the desire for sex is a desire for human connection, and people need to realize that. But it's an immature desire for human connection. Yeah. And so people feel like, oh, they just gonna hook up. And what's happening to the generation, some of our generation and some of the one after, is they're equating good sex to a prosperous relationship.
They are.
A successful relationship.
Okay, so that's what I was gonna mention.
And because they're equating that to a successful relationship, there's blurred lines.
It is. Okay, I
can
see what you're saying.
So like people.
But I also feel
they go with the person that they have the best sex with.
But that's what I mean. I guess we saying kind of the same thing. But that's what I was saying when I said like I don't feel like the end result is. I feel like they go in thinking hookup. I don't feel like they go in thinking union. You see what I'm saying? Like what you saying. It's like it is a union at the end of the day. But I feel like more people just desire to go have the best intercourse with whoever they can. Stay right there. And stay there. I don't feel like they think like older generation. You meet somebody, I can see myself.
They're not thinking about it like that, but they're going to the same end goal.
You think so?
What's happening is, first of all, we got to remember that social media has really taken the personable aspect out of the social skills of the current generation. Yeah. So a lot of these motherfuckers is actually just scared to do something different. So you like, oh, we gonna go hook up, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, if what you were saying, I'm not invalidating your feelings, but if what you were saying was valid, then we wouldn't have so many toxic relationships going on around.
Very true.
So that's not valid.
Very true. Okay. Case rested, judge. Case rested.
Yeah, they. So no, and they end up in relationships.
I can meet in the middle,
and they be like, "Oh, our sex is amazing."
You're right.
But then our relationship is not amazing.
Very much true.
Because we don't have shit in common.
But that's
our
the reason
values
why.
aren't
But I feel like too.
Yeah.
That's the reason why it's toxic because of that.
No, I agree.
Okay, so that's what we can agree on. I feel like that's the reason why it is toxic is because it started off as just. This, but you're right. But then you're right. Okay.
Because they doing what the old school say, the dick whip the pussy.
That's what they doing.
And then they're like, oh, I love this motherfucker because it's good and bad. But then they start, I mean, like you have sex with somebody and you be like, oh, I like them A, B, and C. But then when you start kicking it with them and
it's like we have nothing in common.
You like we don't have the same morals. We don't have the same this.
But
a lot of people are afraid of going out and trying to find it, so they stick with that person.
With that.
They end up in a relationship.
Yes.
And then now we at the conversation of submission because how did your daddy treat your mama? Exactly. Was your daddy the head of the household?
Right.
Is that what you thought?
Because it's going to be a conversation. Right, exactly.
Was your mama submissive to your daddy? Was your mama a housewife? Did your mama work a part-time job still taking the kid? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is our upbringing?
Exactly.
Like, and how is it going to come together?
Right. We don't know nothing about it.
We don't know shit. Or we realize that everything that we now know about each other doesn't go together.
Basically. Right.
Because then you got these conversations about, well, I'm the man, you should submit because A, B, and C. And now you're trying to recondition her mind
and she's
against her upbringing. She's like, my people was fine. Right. They didn't do it like that, but my parents been married for 30 years, blah, 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 whatever the fuck the case may be.
Or it could have been just,
or my mom was single. And she did it on her own. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? We never get to that part.
Yeah, so that's how I feel. Yeah, I just feel like, it's tough.
Y'all need to leave that sex alone if you single.
Yeah.
Get to know somebody before you create a soul tie.
Most definitely.
Because don't book a reading with me and ask me how you can cord cut. Because I'm going to tell you, don't lay your ass down to start with.
Basically.
Then I'm going to help you cord cut. But that's not the point. I'm still going to tell you at the beginning.
Yeah, because we still got to make smart decisions.
Yeah.
As human beings. I mean, it always, everything got a consequence. Whether it's, good or bad. Like, you just need to know when you make a decision, anything can happen and everything got a consequence. So yeah, that's how I feel though. I mean, I could agree. I feel like, but with social media and all of this extra is hard. It's really hard to get to. So, okay, Brittany said, but that's how older parents were. They didn't always get together for love, but necessity, while people now get together for sex. Yes.
But you're talking about necessity and whatnot, but then let's be honest, in our communities, how that's created toxic patterns of not being able to walk
Because
away when
necessity,
it's time.
yeah, because
Like,
necessity is the same. Necessity is a toxic relationship.
it is, but also to Brittany's point about how parents got together not just for love but necessity. I know a lot of people who got together for love
Me too.
in the olden days. His grandparents been 50, 60 years.
Yeah, almost
Them
60
motherfuckers
years.
are in love. I don't care what you say. They still hold hands. They in love.
Yeah.
She still take care of him. Like, I want to be her when I grow up.
And my
period.
papa passed away recently on my dad's
Oh,
side.
yeah, Nana and Papa.
But they were together 65 years married.
And they
So,
was in love too.
Same thing.
They
So
love
yeah,
and
no, I
definitely
mean,
respect each other. But she has a point about people getting together for necessity. But if we're being 100% honest, that has created toxicity in our communities because we have that whole, we have that whole generation that was schooling us on like don't be dependent on the man. Don't ever put yourself where you gotta depend on the man. And the result of that is the independent woman craze that just went around, and now we got a bunch of broken families. So it's still toxic. Like,
yeah, I feel like necessity is toxic because I mean, if it ain't for the right reasons, it's toxic.
Well, I don't know because well, that's another conversation we'll talk about.
Yeah.
Later.
Yeah, I can kind of pull back on that too a little bit, but I just feel like if it ain't with the right motives, the right things that happen and things like that, then I feel like it ends up that way if there's no like actual conversations happening, like the actual work to be done to curb that. I feel like if you just go in it with this, like you said, necessity sex, financial means, whatever. If you feel like that, I just feel like
I don't know though, because again, this is a separate subject, but like if we're being honest, statistically speaking, like in countries where there is arranged marriages, like
true,
they have a
Okay.
better success
They
rate. But
do.
a lot of that is probably like cultural pressure too.
And I was gonna say religion. So I think yes, that's why our generation. Yep, I definitely agree. So I guess we talked about the different components and things like that. So why is submission centered around the male?
We talked about that.
We did, right? Okay. So that was pretty much all our points.
It's been about 30 minutes or 40 minutes. If y'all got any questions, we're gonna give y'all time to put it in the box.
So quick recap. Submission, we feel like, is a two-way street. I feel like you meet your partner halfway.
I'm finna
On
meet
a
you
lot
halfway
of-
when we get off this line.
on
It's
every,
like the light.
I feel like you do.
Or it
What
cannot
works-
be a two-way street. I could just admit.
Hey, and we can do what we gotta do. So people want our grandparents' relationships, but it's 2021, not 1965. That's
But you can still have your grandparents.
you can still have your
relationships.
grandparents' relationships. I just feel like you gotta go into it with the right things. Like you can't just
No, I feel like you need to keep your legs closed.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. When I say the right things, I mean go
Yeah.
sit down with somebody, have a couple dates, y'all talk. Like, what you gotta pick your brain because you told me the funniest meme, and it was funny, but it was so true, and it was like you said something about the guy was taking the girl on a date, and he took her to the library, and he wanted to see if she could read. You remember you told me you seen a meme
that
or
shit
something
was
like
funny.
and she wanted to see if she can read, like, and people were like going crazy. The meme was like funny because it was like, I think it said forget.
Forget sex. I'm finna
Yeah,
take
forget
you to the
sex.
library.
I'm finna take you to the library
so I can see if you can read.
If you can read, yeah,
No, he said, show me what level of reading you are.
yeah, and it was like, I'm for it because people get in these relationships and they progress, and then something real happens, and then you are stuck, and you are like, you realize, and that's the worst feeling ever to realize. I feel like when you don't know nobody, and it's like,
Yeah.
dang, she actually, or he actually don't know how to do anything. Like,
Babe, can I tell a story about Goddess?
yeah,
Okay, so y'all don't tell nobody. So our oldest daughter, she not supposed to be dating, and she called herself dating. Well, she had a friend that I guess they like each other, whatever, and they was gonna come over to our house. And previously, we had a big blow up with her about like, don't lie to us if you know, because there's rules in place, whatever. So we went to her friend's house yesterday, and their room was so dirty. Now our kids, like, I'm not ragging on these kids because our kids' room be dirty too. But my daughter was like, "Oh my God, this room is so dirty, A, B, and C." My ass. Well, you be thinking you know somebody, but you don't.
Not for real.
This what you should have found out
Hey,
before you
Gwen.
started trying to date somebody with your young ass. You not dating nobody.
You don't know the person. How? Y'all just met. How you so in love in 2 weeks? Stop it. Stop it. Like, in the right way.
Bang.
In the right way.
I don't think we can tell people not to be in love with you.
No, that's why I said in the right way. I'm not saying.
From a side eye?
I did. I'm not, because
Hey,
I followed that. But I also, too, wasn't trying to be like, oh, let's do, you know what I'm saying? Like, we was in high school. There was a period where all we did was talk on the phone. That time talking on the phone was crucial.
We got
There
down
was
to
a
get
process. There was, it's like, you got to get down to the get down. You see what I'm saying? You can't just go off of a profile picture and a bio. It's like, that ain't
And the
nothing.
bios be
Crazy.
5'2", yellow bone, weed smoker, 420 friendly. Like,
It's
what,
basic,
bitch?
yes.
Do you have a college degree? What's your credit score?
Period. What do you do for fun outside of this? Something. Please give me something constructive. Don't tell me you like music. Don't tell me like what
Everybody
do you
fucking
do?
like
What do you do
music.
for fun? Like, what's your actual hobby?
What's
Can
your
you tell
thing?
me?
What do you do?
Yeah, like, can you tell me something? Like, I'm not saying that it ain't got to be not basic, but I'm just like, don't just, you know what I'm saying, get on here and I only know you from 140 characters of text. I don't. It's like I can't put my whole life.
It's wee ghetto.
It's very ghetto.
It's very ghetto.
It's very
No.
ghetto.
My grandma used to tell us, like, she's like, it's 2021, not 1965. I feel like too, the difference too, and this probably gonna sound misogynistic, but it's not misogynistic, it's just true to me. It really is like the way, you know, that women and men carry themselves nowadays.
Definitely. Oh God.
You know,
That's
y'all
not
know all the
misogynistic.
old school sayings. That shit is true. Why buy the cow when I can get the milk for free? My grandma used to say, your pussy is a prize. It is. Like, I'm sorry. Like, y'all, women nowadays, I'm a woman. Men be doing some dumbass shit too. Nowadays, I'm not even gonna get on that, but just know I know they be doing some dumbass shit. But I feel like women just be so ready to give so much of themselves for nothing. Especially their body. Like,
Quick.
listen.
Take some time, heal yourself, know yourself. Because I feel like the people that know themselves, this for men and women, when you know yourself, that equates to knowing your worth and your value. I feel like once you know that, then it's hard for you to move off that. Yet I'm not gonna give it the first night or so. I don't care what the sexual attraction is like or physical attraction is like, because it's like I know that it's deeper than just this one level. Because all of that time, most of that time is what happens when that's gone. You're gonna have times where you're not having sex 24, 50, you know what I'm saying? It's like, no, I know, but I'm saying you gonna get to that level, even if it's not right at the beginning. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna try to go as long as my body is willing. They say if you train your mind, the body will follow. So hold a nickel between your knees ain't Ruby. For real, Brittany. Like, facts. Hold it down. Like, don't be, you know what I'm saying? For both. But I'm just, it's the new age. People coming with new things.
And why is this liberating? Like, I really have, okay, this is off the subject of submission, but this is another topic I want to talk about. Why, especially for Black women, I feel like there is a huge connection between our
quote unquote
liberation being the fact that we are over sexualizing ourselves, when actually over sexualization of us comes from a slave mindset. It's like there's a healing that needs to happen, because if you feel what's happening to me, I feel like in our culture is like we are trying to take back this sort of power by saying that I can do it to myself before you can, but it's like that means you're not healed. And I think a lot of people disagree with me on that, because we got this whole like women empowerment thing going on, and I'm here for the count, mama, but like you have to take your ass off Instagram. I'm to the point where I want to see what bitches look like in sweatsuits. Like, It's just like, for real. I want to see what you look like with clothes on. It's just too much. It's
Again, go back to that self-love, that self-worth and all of that. I feel like, I just feel like I never got that connection. It's like, it's liberating and I get that. But then right next to it is like hypersexualized. Like you said, we're
well, that's
getting over-
already a problem in our community.
So I'm like, why is that connection? Because I feel like liberation is actually understanding how free you are.
I understand the thought process. I really do.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, if somebody, like, okay, this is gonna sound real ghetto, but this is the best way I can explain it to you. Remember on that episode not episode, the movie, the 8 Mile?
Yes.
At the end, when the dude was gonna say all this stuff about him, so he said it instead.
Yes.
So he's like, I'm gonna beat you to it so you can't hurt me type thing.
Yeah.
That's
like
what's
that.
going on right now. Like, but it's like, but you're not healed from what happened.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
It's still missing a component. The way that they do it, because the connection of, like, that's what I'm saying, is missing that piece.
yeah.
I'm good with all the self, like, you know.
I'm good with you being comfortable in your body.
Right.
But if you're so comfortable in your body, then why do you have to over-sexualize it?
Yes. That's what I'm.
I feel the same way with the over-emasculation of black men. If you so manly, why you gotta prove
Why
it?
you gotta say I'm real all the time?
Yeah.
I'm a real.
Right.
Or do stuff to make you feel like, to make people say that you are.
Yeah.
Because if you just
Well, because a lot of times in our communities we talk about the sexualization of little black girls, but we never talk about the over emasculation of little black boys, and that grows into this "I gotta be hard" shit,
basically,
which feeds a lot of different things in our community: misogyny, homophobia when it comes to black men and gay men, just a bunch of shit, you know. So, anyway, one up type of vibes. No, real shit.
Uh-oh.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, y'all. I think we
just looking at no real shit. The one up type of vibes is true. Do you have anything else to say? Why are you looking at me like that?
Nope, I don't. I have nothing else to say.
Like that?
Because it's time to get off of here.
Oh, are we frozen?
We might be. Hold on, y'all. No, I think we good. Go ahead. Keep talking.
Y'all, please comment down below right now and tell us what, number one, if you enjoyed this topic, and number two, what you would like our next topic to be on next Saturday.
Yes, y'all let us know what y'all want to talk about next. Hopefully,
if y'all got any ideas.
Yes, your nails are cute, Coco.
My nails are busted, mama. Like, this one is missing. I'm gonna go get it fixed, but I appreciate you just made me feel so much better because I'm so serious about my nails, and the last person I went to are not it. Yes, we are gonna save this, Gwen.
Yes,
all of those Coco
all of these
and
Cocos, and yeah, we'll save those. I missed most of. Yes, we got it. This is a great topic, very juicy. Yeah, I felt like it was a good topic. That's why we did it. Everybody is so up in arms about
Oh, also the podcast that we recorded on this subject will be linked in the box down below, at least by tomorrow.
Yeah. Life with Lala, is that Marla? No, right?
No. Okay. Life with Lala. You ain't my auntie, are you? I think hers is Marla Brumfield.
I thought she changed it. But I think we've seen this before and had this conversation before with this person.
No, we met Life with Lala before.
Yeah, we have. Never mind Life with Lala. We know who you are. We just want to make sure it buzzed. Y'all want some wine? Yeah, we actually gonna take a little sip. We're gonna have our sip next time. We try to make this a whole thing too, you know what I'm saying? So no, you asked me that the last time. Okay, I figured that's what I said. That's what I asked. That's why I was like, don't worry about it. We definitely remember who you are. So but yeah, any topics y'all want to hear for next Saturday? We'll create a premiere and do all of that. Anything, whatever y'all feel like, y'all start throwing some stuff around so we can get some ideas going about the next episode.
Also, do y'all want me to bring back the Steamer Step Out Instagram page? Or do y'all want me to make a Trey and CoCo After Dark Instagram page? Or do y'all not want nothing at all?
He and the Hubs hopes to meet y'all when we come to Colorado.
Yeah, that's up.
Yeah, let us know. I don't know if you have the Instagram. We can put your Instagram on it, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you. She said we cool as hell.
Thanks, we appreciate it. I'm gonna link the Instagram down in here so you can follow us. So that way, if you
I'm gonna create a Trey and CoCo After Dark one.
Yeah.
Tonight when we get off.
Okay. I missed the whole thing. How about advice for singles?
Oh, you gotta go back and watch, baby, because we just gave you all the tea on how to not get to the point where you even gotta have a conversation
About submission. Or about
yeah.
So we'll save this live. Honestly, we'll make sure we save the live. We got y'all. So
Are you asking that as a? Are you okay? Wait, I'm sorry. Honestly, are you asking if we could do a if we could do a Trey and CoCo After Dark about advice for singles, or is that what you asking? And then Life with Lala, are you saying we should do long distance relationships as a subject? Yeah. Oh my God, I can go all day about advice for singles.
yeah, we can do one, I guess, huh?
Yeah, put that down in the notes, baby.
Yeah. So let me put that down in the notes.
And then also put down.
She said long distance relationships. That's a pretty good one too.
Communication. We could do one about communication. As a matter of fact, we have a podcast episode about communication.
We actually do. Yes.
How many of you listen to our podcast? Because we have a podcast about dealing with family conflict and relationship issues with family when you get married, or when you even get with somebody. Did I talk about wife schools? No, there's school for wives. They gotta knock that shit off.
Wow, I'm speechless. I'm like, huh?
Also, if any of you ladies are on a self-love journey, go over and follow my other YouTube page. You gonna link it down here? I don't know if it's the highest healing, baby. It is. I think they gotta look up my name, Courtney Steamer. They get roasted in my other groups. They gotta knock it off. Why is there not a school for a husband as well?
Yeah, for real.
Why is there a school at all? Oh my God, I
just gonna
fucking
say.
can't.
I don't know. I can kind of see, but no, I can't. I lied. Never mind.
Is it Courtney Steamer, my other YouTube page?
That's how I feel like.
Look at that.
Before I just.
She said, "My hello." Nobody else with any topics? Gwen usually has amazing topics. Where you at, Gwen? Hook us up. I think family issues and relationships is a good one. We also have a podcast episode about being a parent and a partner. You found it? Yeah, it's Courtney Steamer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right, honestly. That sounds about right. The core is usually based around submission to the husband and keeping the girls semi-educated. Of course, because then I need you. She asked, what is our podcast?
Oh, I like that one, Brittany.
Social media and relationships.
Yeah.
That's a good one too. Baby, tag put our podcast in there. Is it Trey and CoCo After Dark, or is it CoCo and Trey After
It's CoCo
Dark?
and Trey After Dark on the podcast. So let me put.
We need to switch that around. You got it?
Yep.
It's CoCo and Trey After Dark. Oh, we need to switch it then. We need to start calling it CoCo and Trey After Dark instead of Trey and CoCo. I like it the other way. Our podcast, he's about to put it down below. We're on all platforms as well.
The social media boundaries is a good one. I think so too. That's juicy.
Yeah, social media boundaries is a good one. And if I'm being 100% honest, because we always keep it real with y'all, we have had some risks with social media boundaries because we got married at 18 and 19. And social media was really starting to hit its height when we was in our senior year in high school. And it was something we really had to learn how to navigate through.
Yeah.
You taking notes on all this stuff, baby? Or should I write it
Yeah, I
down?
already taken the notes on
Yes, I make income off both. We make income off both podcasts. I prefer podcasts because there's less room for trolls. Maintaining outside friendships as couples. That is a good ass topic. Because a lot of you hoes be in love with y'all best friend and we gonna talk about it. And a lot of you men, best friends, be jealous of what you got and we gonna talk about it.
maintaining relationships outside. Wait, what was the topic?
Maintaining outside friendships as a couple. Yeah, because if I'm being honest with you, honestly, single people and married people relationships don't work. We're going in two different paths in life. The podcast is called CoCo and Trey After Dark. You can search it and find it on any streaming platforms. My podcast is called This Is Your Daily Reminder, also on every platform. My YouTube channel is Courtney Steamer, and it is all about self-love and everything. Self-love, self-improvement, that kind of stuff. I'll talk about, well, it's really like self-love, spirituality, and it's got a couple of elements, but it's mostly self-love and spirituality. I lost my best friend because of her shit relationships. She tried to make her problems mine and was pissed when my marriage flourished while hers failed. Baby, that was never your friend. Her season was over.
Basically.
See, that's the kind of stuff I talk about on my podcast. Boundaries with people in your own relationships and stuff like that. Yeah, I think it is hard for people who are married and people who are single to be good close friends. It can happen, but it's very hard. And you know what? I think that women need to understand that like female friendships are so close to romantic relationships, minus the sex. And to be quite honest, a lot of you hoes is fucking, so it don't even be minus the sex. But a lot of them are like romantic relationships because that's the way that women love. And so it's really important to have healthy boundaries and friendship, especially when you going in new, when you're embarking on new paths in life, especially when those paths are different. But I think what happens to a lot of us is we have friends our whole life and we feel like that just because we've been friends with this person for 20 years, we supposed to stay friends with them. And like, truth be told, a lot of times we didn't outgrew people.
Yeah.
Even if it's two married people, some people are wishy-washy. I think married people are wishy-washy, period, because we got too much responsibility. That's been my testimony. I can't be everything for you because I have 4 kids and a husband.
Yeah, basically. It's hard.
And if you can't understand that,
We not friends anyway.
no. I have a podcast episode about that. I also have a YouTube episode about boundaries in relationships. Not even just romantic, platonic. People be thinking that you only need boundaries in platonic relationships. I mean, in romantic relationships. No. You need boundaries the most in platonic relationships. Shit.
That you do.
Amen. You outgrow people. Okay, you ready to wrap this up, my love? We
Yes.
right at the hour mark.
Yes.
We enjoyed chilling with y'all today.
We sure
Next
did.
time we will have our wine. We will be getting lit with y'all. You know what I'm saying? We are happy that you guys tuned in. We appreciate y'all's support.
Appreciate y'all.
I'm going to create the Instagram today. I'll bring the Instagram back up and I'll make sure that I start putting content on it. Really quick before I let y'all go, when I do create the Instagram, what type of content do you want to see?
Oh yeah.
Brittany, you are on my other YouTube channel. Stella Rose is suggesting.
Yeah, we gonna have to get us some.
Haven't you watched my babe, pull up my YouTube channel? Haven't you watched my video on selflessness versus self-sacrifice? I talk a lot about boundaries in relationships. And then on my podcast, I actually have an entire episode about boundaries. Haven't you? Yeah. Yeah. Selflessness versus self-sacrifice. That video is all about boundaries in friendships. In relationships, period. It's not hard for you to make friends. You're not, number one, in the place where your soul tribe is. We've talked about that. And then secondly, the people that are on your level will gravitate to you when it's time. You're not in a season. You're not even ready. A lot of times people ain't even ready for friends. I was in a season where I wasn't ready for a friendship because I would have been the toxic friend.
So hey, you have to be honest with yourself.
Yeah, my last season, I'd have been such a horrible friend. I'd have been a bitch we talking about.
Nah, for real.
Because I wasn't in a place where I could be a good friend. But Brittany, you already know you're not in the place where your soul tribe is. With that being said, before I let y'all go, if y'all are having a problem with submission, specifically in the bedroom, you can order my Pussy Fairy incense, and that will do the trick. I'm just saying, darling.
It works. It works.
Or if you want to make your man submit to you, you can buy the Big Dick Energy incense.
It works. It works. So, yes. But I guess we gonna holler at y'all. I mean, you know, y'all followed us on Instagram. She said she gonna recreate the page, so we can all get over there too whenever we do. But so what we talk about next week? Do we choose, or are we just gonna make it a premiere?
Yeah, we're gonna make it a premiere. So y'all will know
what we choose.
Keisha, no games. If you got me on Instagram at The Highest Healing, you can see the reviews for my Pussy Fairy. It's not a game. Made with intentions while listening to that good old school 90s love making music, okay?
Yeah. The dirty shit.
Yeah, it would be
the dirty. When they come on, it's like it's filthy when they come on. That's what we listening to.
You know the music that as soon as you cut it on, it triggers. It's like a memory of a sexual encounter.
Yes.
Like I remember when we was at the elevator at the hotel.
Right.
Hey.
Exactly. So.
Matter of fact, you got something right here. Is this it?
That's it.
Yeah, y'all need that in y'all life.
Y'all see what we saying right here? See? A1. She said, yep, I gotta meet y'all when we get to Colorado.
Girl, we a trip. We are a trip. But this is really us in real life.
It is.
We do not put on for this camera.
We sure don't. Y'all my motherfucking, my type of people. Yeah, for real. Appreciate it.
You ready, baby?
Yep, so we'll holler at y'all next Saturday, 8 o'clock. Tune in. We'll bring our stuff. Y'all bring y'all stuff. And
just
we hanging out.
Because we also got big.
And then we got the Big Dick Energy. Y'all get on that website and
put my website in the
yes.
Right quick before we let y'all go.
I can do it over here. I'm over here on Bryson.
Yeah, period. We are from the dirty south. Did y'all hear the last people called us country bumpkins? We deleted their comment because people was going off on them.
Y'all check the website out.
I think, hold on.
No caps, daddy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why is that acting so ghetto?
Hold on, y'all. I'm putting it in there the right
Because
way.
you got that www. The W is cap at the front.
They keep putting the space in it too.
People just not getting in here. Was 8 o'clock too early for y'all? Do we need to go later next time? Because there's more people in here than ever was before, and I'm wondering if 8 o'clock was too early.
be blue. No, but that's fine.
I mean, y'all get the point. I was trying to say, I thought it was going to hyperlink it to where you can click the link, but it's thehighesthealing.com. Y'all can go in there, see everything.
She set an alarm for us.
She said she was ready. Well, appreciate
I
you,
feel
Keisha.
so fucking loved.
Appreciate ya. I wish we could like comment, but we can't. But appreciate you. You know, if I appreciate the support for real. This is a good time. Okay, so we'll keep 8 o'clock. Maybe somebody just stumbled in here and just thought. But we are gonna keep this live, so y'all can go back and watch that. Good night, everybody. You know, appreciate y'all tuning in.
Y'all are
stay
cousins
safe
at this
out
point.
there. Everybody's fam at this point.
Cousins.
So, y'all cousins.
Y'all like them cousins that
So-
people keep your grandparents keep asking you about,
Yeah.
where you like they like, you remember so and so? You're like, I don't know those people.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how y'all are. Every time we get to the family reunion, they trying to tell you, you know such and such. I don't know these people. Stop trying to
force me to remember
But what's
these
up?
fucking people.
Shit, you know what I'm saying? But y'all have a good night. You know what I'm saying? Get y'all rest up. Y'all stay safe out there. Y'all be easy. And until next time, we'll holler at y'all. Like I said, the podcast is down below. It's CoCo and Trey After Dark, but we're going to switch it to make sure it matches this name. The highest healing, or at the highest healing for the IG. Courtney Steamer, which I put in there, is her personal YouTube channel. Y'all can go over there and get all the self-love, all the, you know, all the good stuff, you know, that she got working. And then, we'll holler at y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, peace out.
Yeah, hit my IG if y'all want to book a reading too.
Oh, yeah, do that. So, holler at y'all.
Already, are we taking calls again for the Colorado stuff?
Oh, I don't know.
We'll let y'all know.
We'll let y'all know about the calls being back up too. Like, give me a week to work on it. I'm trying to get some things ironed out. But we are thinking about not thinking, we are going to put that back in place, the calls. So if y'all want to book a call, we'll have that. And when we do, I'll let y'all know. Okay? So good night. Appreciate y'all.
Can I press this X, baby?
Yes.
Okay.
And then...